Yo, what's good, Team Irish Dragon? Welcome back in. Pokemon Unite has announced a brand new patch, and by the time this video is live, that patch will also be live. So I'm going to take a second, go through everything so we know what to expect in the upcoming games. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Now let's get into it. We've got the Battle Balance Adjustment Series 38, Aeos Summer Rush, and just looking at this poster, I am excited. I could care less about 75% of the Pokemon shown here, but your boy Zoroark is featured in this poster, and I'm very excited to see some Zoroark love. I love playing Zoro, you guys know this. And it occurs to me that this is most likely the patch that they're going to be playing on at Worlds, so the Zoroark buff does seem to make sense. Looks like we were going to go directly into Zoroark, and it's a lot. I actually had to zoom out to get everything onto the screen, even though you still can't see all of it. But Zoroark, starting off strong. Let's go. Since Zoroark took longer to deal its full damage compared to other speedster Pokemon and was frequently knocked out by opponents before finishing its combo, its durability stats and certain moves have been buffed so that it can complete its attacks and perform more effectively in battle. I would also like to see that they bug fixed ping issues when you play Zoroark, because no matter how good my internet is, it seems like every time I play Zoroark, I am instantly queued into orange ping or worse. But it's all good. Stats. HP has gone up a little bit throughout the late game. Defense has gone up quite a bit into late game. And the special defense has scaled up a bit into late game as well. Shadow Claw. Duration the opposing Pokemon are thrown from 0.4 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Alright, increasing the pop-up of Shadow Claw a little bit. Night Slash, getting a full 1 second cooldown from 8 seconds to 7 seconds. You know your boy is a Night Slash enjoyer. And this one right here, Cut, getting a 15% damage increase. That's cool. You know, I don't really play the Cut for the damage. I do it to finish the Night Slash combo faster and get that little bit of healing, which did get buffed the last time they messed with Cut. So I think overall, this is going to be really good for Zoroark. I'm glad they didn't go crazy and increase the damage of Feint Attack. They just buff the Shadow Claw that you usually pair with that to make it a little bit easier to get all the way through your combo before you get KO'd. All in all, I think big win for Zoroark. Really good buffs for this guy. The next mon on the list does make me just a little bit nervous. Alolan Raichu getting buffed is scary. Because its ability to secure KOs on opponents was notably lacking compared to other attacker Pokemon, certain moves have been buffed to slightly increase its burst damage output. Yeah, not good. Stored Power. Attack speed increase from 35% to 45%. That's a lot when it was already attacks incredibly fast and has that ridiculous kiting ability. Stored Power Plus, opponent special defense reduction from 5% to 8%. Psychic, getting a 10% damage increase and a 1 second cooldown from 9 seconds to 8 seconds. So just the Stored Power, Psychic, Alolan Raichu getting buffed on this one. I've been a big fan of Electro Ball from release, just because it takes a little bit more skill, it's a little bit more fun. But they're buffing the A-Press build, and that makes me pretty freaking nervous. Next up, and I do agree that this mom probably does need just a little bit of a power boost, Mewtwo X. Since the cooldowns of its moves were overly long relative to the effects provided, making it difficult to perform consistently, certain moves have been buffed with a primary focus on shortening move cooldowns. Future Sight, getting a 1 second cooldown from 10 seconds to 9 seconds. Recover, also getting the same treatment, 10 seconds down to 9 seconds, with a movement speed increase from 20% up to 30%. Psystrike, dealing 10% more damage, and Teleport, getting the 10 to 9 second cooldown reduction. Okay, that's not bad. They're increasing the damage of Psystrike, which is fine. I do like the Future Sight, Recover, Mewtwo X, but Teleport is always fun. Psystrike, being able to go unstoppable, also good. And now he's going to be able to use his moves just a little bit more frequently, I think is probably a fair way to try to balance and correct, I think, overly nerfing Mewtwo X. Another mon on the list that I'm honestly not surprised about, though I'm not sure it actually needed it as much as people think it does, Palkia. Palkia faced difficulty performing in battle because the startup time and recovery time of Dragonclaw was too long, and the hit detection distance of its basic attacks were too short, making it challenging to land attacks or moves after closing the distance to opponents. Adjustments have been made so that attacks land more smoothly and reliably. Okay. Basic attack, hit detection distance from 2.5 meters to 3 meters. Dragon Claw, startup time and recovery time of the first hit have been reduced to speed up execution. The recovery time of the second hit has been reduced. Okay, cool. So they're not increasing the damage. They're not doing anything crazy, even though they could probably still buff its Unite move a little bit. But if they increase the damage, I would also like to see an increase in the cooldown. But I think this is a good way to do it. Just allow it to be able to hit things from a little bit further away and get its moves off just a little bit quicker. All in all, solid buffs for Palkia. Next on our list, Meganium. Due to a lack of healing capability in the early game of Unite battles and hindrance capability against opponents in the late game, the cooldown of Synthesis and Grass Knot have been shortened by 1 second for both of them. Synthesis 6 seconds to 5 seconds, and Grass Knot 7 seconds down to 6 seconds. Okay, I was worried they were going to go crazy and make it a triple hundo easy cheat mon again, but again, just messing with the cooldowns a little bit, make it a little bit more playable, a little bit smoother, and have a little bit more opportunity to support its team. Sounds fair and reasonable. Up next, our current Battle Pass holder, Zacian. Since the additional damage of boosted attacks after charging its sword with Aeos energy was exceedingly high, making Zacian disproportionately dominant in one-on-one fights, the additional damage of boosted attacks has been decreased. Oh, they're nerfing him. Additionally, since Sacred Sword lacked sufficient damage despite having a long delay before dealing damage, its damage has been increased. They're buffing him. Okay, a little up and down for Zacian. Ability, Intrepid Sword. Additional damage of boosted attacks was 2%, 3%, 3%, and 4% of the opposing Pokemon's max HP. Now it is 1%, 2%, 2%, and maximum of 3% of the opposing Pokemon's max HP. Sacred Sword is getting a 8% damage increase. So I agree. I haven't played Sacred Sword in quite a while because Metal Claw has just been so much better than Sacred Sword, and I look forward to getting back to that and trying it out. I think these are good balancing changes to Zacian. Next on the list looks like my go-to ban in draft games, Yveltal. For an attacker Pokemon that excels at dealing damage from mid to long range, its durability stats were excessively high, therefore its durability stats have been reduced. Stats: HP, 3,360 to 7,400 is now 3,220 to 7,000. So it's getting just a little bit HP, defense, and special defense loss from level 1 to 15. Okay, that might make it a little bit easier to take down, but I think it's ridiculous damage. Also, could probably use a bit of a nerf, but it's a step in the right direction for making Yveltal a little bit more balanced to play against. Fine. Next up on our list of what I assume has now gotten to the nerfs after what they did to Yveltal, if you call that nerfing it, Feraligatr. When landing Crunch twice in succession, the damage dealt was extremely high, leaving opponents with almost no room to counterattack. True. To address this overly oppressive capability, the overall damage of Crunch has been tuned down. Crunch, damage 8% decrease. Okay. I mean, if you guys have watched any of my games that I upload or play on stream and I go against Feraligatr, you've definitely heard me say, and it bit me, and I'm gone. It was a bit impossible to play against a Feraligatr that knew what they were doing. So I think it's probably fair that Feraligatr's getting another nerf, and maybe now it won't be quite so scary when it is just clawing its way in Waterfall after you. No, my boy Sabinicus might be a little upset about this one. They're nerfing Alcremie. Because the healing performance of Recover was exceptionally high compared to other supporter Pokemon, and the damage output of Sweet Scent was excessively high for a supporter, both moves have been tuned down. Recover, 10% decrease to HP recovery, and Sweet Scent getting a 15% damage decrease. Okay, I'm not sure that this was necessarily warranted. I do agree, Alcremie is a fantastic support. Its ability to save almost anyone from getting KO'd and then being almost full health, especially when you have a fully stacked special attack specs, is kind of crazy. I don't know that I've felt insane damage from Alcremie. I know that myself and Sabinicus have definitely saved some games with Sweet Scent steals on the final objectives or various Reggies throughout the game, but I don't know that this is necessary. This one I'm questionable about. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the Alcremie nerfs, because I truly do not know if it needed it, but we'll see how it feels after this. Next up on the nerfs, Mega Lucario. The overwhelming offensive power and duration of Mega Evolution were excessively strong in the current Unite battle environment. Therefore, the duration of Mega Evolution and the attack boost granted by its ability have been reduced. Ability. Adaptability. Attack increase when landing a move on an opposing Pokemon. 5% increase with a max of 10 stacks is being dropped down to a 4% increase with a max of 10 stacks. So that 1% per stack decrease, I think, is probably fair. I don't know that's going to break Mega Lucario and make it unplayable. I think it's probably still going to be pretty good, but a little bit more balanced in dealing ridiculous damage. Unite Move Aura Cannon, Mega Evolution duration after using Unite Move from 25 seconds down to 20 seconds. Cool. I have often said that the Mega Evolutions last way too long. I get that it's a big thing. It's a really fun part of the game and a big selling point for a lot of people. But man, when you got a Mega Lucario that you just can't do anything with, he's basically always CC immune, can heal from almost KO to full HP, and just keep chaining his moves together. It is a little bit hard to deal with. So all in all, I think pretty good nerfs for Mega Lucario. And I guess that brings us up to the bug fixes. This patch feels like it was a lot smaller than the last one. The following bugs have been fixed. Fixed a bug where performing a basic attack while using Yveltal's Dark Pulse would cause Yveltal to face the target of the basic attack, shifting the duration of Dark Pulse away from its intended alignment. Yeah, that was annoying. I also hope they fix a bug on Skeledirge, because I feel like his Hyper Voice has been bugged since they buffed it. Fixed a bug where the defense and special defense increase effect would fail to trigger when Palkia's Dragon Claw plus hit Mimikyu and the damage was negated by its ability Disguise. Fixed a bug where extended Hyper Voice might fail to hit while Skeledirge's ability Blaze is on cooldown. Yes, thank you. I've been saying it for a while. I don't think Skeledirge should be the lowest win rate Pokemon. I think it's still pretty good, but there were so many times where I was like, that did no damage. That definitely hit, but it acted like it missed. So I've been saying it for a while. Hyper Voice was bugged, and I'm glad to see they've addressed that because I really like playing Skeledirge. Fixed a bug where canceling the first hit of Tyranitar's Ancient Power would cause the hindrance-resistant state to persist for a short duration. Fixed a bug where using Intelligent Snipe Shot immediately without charging would prevent the expanded vision field from returning to normal. Oh, I bet that was annoying. Fixed a bug where activating the first hit of Urshifu's Unite move, flowing strikes under specific conditions, would decrease the hit count added when landing boosted attacks. Fixed a bug where Empoleon could retain its boosted attack stacks if a move or Shinichidal was activated immediately after a boosted attack. Fixed a bug where activating a move in a different direction immediately after Empoleon's boost attack would cause Empoleon to face the direction of the boost attack while using the move. Fixed a bug where the damage dealt to an opposing Pokemon would vary depending on the relative position of Latios and Latias when both cast their Unite move on the same target. Weird. That's a lot of bugs. That's a lot of bugs that they worked through. So I guess if the patch seems a little bit smaller, it's because they were fixing a whole lot of stuff. A lot of this stuff I didn't know was a thing, but I'm glad to see that care has been taken to fix some of these bugs. I am a little disappointed that I don't see a Zoroark ping bug, because I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Let me know in the comments if you guys have played Zoroark and ever experienced just random ping drop while playing that guy, making it even harder to play him. Alright, 1. So, all in all, I think it's a pretty decent patch. I could be a little bit biased, though, because I'm always here for some Zoroark buffs. Love playing that guy. It's one of my favorite Pokemon to play in this game. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And, of course, as always, what you think was unnecessary in this patch, or anything that they may have overlooked that you think definitely needs to be buffed or nerfed in any way. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Keep living the dream.